Where did we come from? Were we shaped by divine hands or born from cosmic energy? Or were we never created at all? From sacred clay to endless cycles, today we uncover how the world's major religions explain the birth of mankind and why their answers are so different. In Islam, Allah made the first human, Adam, from clay or dust. But he didn't stop there. Allah breathed into him a special spirit, Ruh, giving him life, knowledge, and a heart that can choose between right and wrong. That's what makes humans different from animals or angels. Even the angels were told to respect Adam because of this unique soul. The first woman, Eve, was created from the same soul. So both man and woman share the same origin. Adam was also the first prophet. He made a mistake, but Allah forgave him. That's how life on earth began. In Islam, every human is born pure, with a humble origin of the body and a noble origin of the soul. The purpose of human life is to live according to Allah's commands and ultimately return to Him. Both Christianity and Islam believe that God created the first human, Adam, and gave him a special place in creation. In Christianity, human life begins with a purpose. God created the world, and then on the sixth day he made the first human, Adam, from the dust of the ground. But Adam wasn't just a body. God gave him life by breathing into him a living soul. This made humans special, unlike animals or nature. They were created in God's image, with the ability to think, feel, choose, and care. Then God made Eve from Adam, showing that men and women share the same value and origin. Humans were given the role to look after the earth and live in close relationship with God. But when they disobeyed Him, that bond was broken. Christians believe that mistake brought sin into the world. Yet hope didn't end there. Through Jesus, whom they call the second Adam, Christians believe humanity can return to God again. Judaism, like Christianity and Islam, teaches that God created the first humans with purpose and care. In the Jewish tradition, God formed the first human, Adam, from the dust of the earth. But it wasn't just a body. God breathed life into him, giving him a soul, a mind, and the power to choose. That's what makes every person sacred in Judaism. Man and woman were created to be equal, from the same source, to live in harmony and partnership. God gave humans the role of caring for the world and building a just society. But with freedom came responsibility. Adam and Eve chose wrongly, but their mistake didn't pass to all people. Judaism teaches that we are each born with a clean start, and we're responsible for our own choices. Every life has value because every person reflects something of the divine. Did you know that Islam, Christianity, and Judaism all agree and disagree on this powerful idea? They have some similarities about the creation of mankind. In all three faiths, human life began with God's hands and His will. The first human, Adam, was made from the earth or dust after the God's image. But more than just a body, God gave him a soul, a mind, and the freedom to choose. Men and women were created with dignity, to live with purpose and responsibility. All three religions teach that humans are special, meant to care for the world and live close to God. But there are some differences too. In Christianity and Judaism, Eve or Chava is created from Adam's rib. This story is clearly told in the book of Genesis. But in Islam, the Quran says the first woman, Hawa, was made from the same soul as Adam, but it doesn't mention a rib. That detail only appears later in some hadith, not the Quran itself. In Christianity and Judaism, Eve is often held responsible for the fall. But in Islam, both Adam and Hawa share equal responsibility and are equally forgiven. Islam and Judaism teach that every person is born pure. But Christianity teaches that all people carry the effect of the first sin, but also the hope of salvation. In the end, all three faiths believe human life is sacred, and our journey is meant to lead us back to God. Hinduism doesn't tell just one story about how humans were created. It shares many perspectives, each rich with meaning. In the Vedas, mankind is born from a cosmic being called Purusha. He was sacrificed, and from his body all humans and the four social groups came into being. In the Upanishads, creation starts with one eternal soul wanting to become many, so mankind is seen as part of that one divine self, not something separate. In the Puranas, Lord Brahma creates the first man and woman, Manu and Satarupa, starting the human race. All people are seen as descendants of Manu. The Sankhya philosophy teaches that humans evolve from nature and spirit. We are a mix of body and consciousness, born through cosmic interaction, not a single god. Vedanta, especially Advaita, says creation is an illusion. We were never really created. We are already one with the ultimate truth. But we've forgotten. In Tantra, creation comes through the union of Siva and Sakti, pure consciousness and divine energy. Humans are living reflections of that cosmic balance. And in the Bhakti traditions, human life is a blessing to love and serve God. We are souls on a journey, created to remember and return to the divine. So, whether through sacrifice, spirit, energy, or love, Hinduism teaches that mankind is not just made. We are meant to realize who we truly are. Hinduism tells many stories about how humans came to be, and each story contradicts the other. Some say we came from a cosmic sacrifice. Others say we're sparks of the one true self. In one view, we're mind-born children of a creator God. In another, we evolved from nature and spirit working together. Some schools say creation is real, others say it's a divine illusion. Some focus on energy and balance, others on love and devotion. But here's what they all agree on. We're not just bodies, we are souls, conscious, sacred, and full of divine potential. No matter how we were created, Hinduism teaches that we were born for something higher. Buddhism doesn't talk about one moment when humans were created. It doesn't believe in a creator God or a divine plan. Instead, it says life, including human life, has no beginning. We're born again and again through our actions, our choices, and our cravings. In one ancient story, humans started as bright, formless beings. But as desire grew, they took on bodies and began to fight, divide, and form society. Buddhism teaches that being born as a human is rare. Not because we're created special, but because we have the chance to wake up. We're not fixed beings. We're changing all the time, shaped by what we do and think. So, in Buddhism, we're not created once. We are constantly becoming. And that gives us the power to change. Now we will see how different religions give very different answers to this fundamental question. Where did we come from? Let's start with the Abrahamic religions: Islam, Christianity, and Judaism. They all believe that God created the first human, named Adam. He was formed from the earth, then given a soul. In these faiths, mankind is special, created by God, with purpose and dignity. Now let's look at Hinduism. There's no single creation story here. One story says we came from a cosmic being, Purusha, who was sacrificed. Another says we're all fragments of one divine soul. Still others speak of energy, gods, or eternal cycles. Humans aren't just made, they're manifested, evolved, or even self-unfolded. And then comes Buddhism, which is totally different. No creator, no divine design, no beginning. In Buddhism, humans exist because of karma, craving, and cause and effect. We weren't created, we just keep becoming. Again and again, life after life. Some religions say we were created with love. Others say we came from cosmic energy. And some say there was no creation at all. So, when it comes to where we came from, what do you believe? Were we created, evolved, or simply always becoming? The answers are as different as the paths we walk. Whatever your path, could it lead to the same truth?